Namaskar friends, I welcome you all back to video 5 of week 9. In this video we'll talk about organized crime communication, how codes, signals, identity markers and the linguistic architecture of networks work. Friends, when we talk about organized crimes, we find that crime networks speak their own language. And in this session, we will uncover how organized crime communicates. Every group, whether a street gang, trafficking syndicate, smuggling network, or cybercrime ring, develop its own speech patterns. Their language is strategic. It conceals intent, reinforces membership, maintains hierarchy, and controls information. Understanding this covert linguistic world is essential for decoding criminal operations and supporting the investigations. Now, thing is that why do these organized crime groups use specialized language? Friends, criminal networks rely on secrecy. They cannot afford direct communication. Specialized language emerges as a survival tool. It protects operations, hides illegal activities, prevents infiltrators from understanding plans, and strengthens in group bonds. Just like professional jargon exists in medicine or law, crime groups create linguistic systems to function efficiently. These patterns become rich forensic evidence. Let's talk about coded language, saying everything without saying it. Friends, organized crime often uses ordinary words with hidden meanings. For example, package may refer to illegal goods. Party may signal a planned operation. Tickets might mean money. Meeting the doctor may imply violence. These phrases create plausible deniability. Without context, messages seem harmless. But once decoded through linguistic analysis, they reveal operational details. Investigators rely on cross-referencing, pattern recognition, and discourse context to uncover meaning. Friends, numerical codes and symbolic substitution play a significant role in such kind of communication. Criminal groups often use numbers instead of words, such as 4 is equal to drugs, 7 is equal to money, 11 is equal to enforcement threat, 15 is equal to shift in location. These are all hypothetical numbers. We try to understand that such kind of numbers can be decoded by the groups by conveying the message. Emojis have become modern substitutes. A leaf, a snowflake, or a lightning bolt may indicate contraband items. These symbols allow communication across literacy levels and linguistic backgrounds. Linguistic context helps determine the meaning when symbols are used inconsistently or creatively. Friends, many organized crime structures operate through strict hierarchy. Language reflects rank through honorifics or titles specific to the groups, differential phrasing, avoidance of direct disagreements, coded compliance signals, ordering versus requesting tone. A recruit may speak differently to a leader than to a peer. These distinctions help forensic linguists map group structure and identify roles within the organization. Friends, let's talk about identity markers and in-group linguistic signatures. Organized crime groups cultivate identity through unique linguistic markers. These may include exclusive slang, ritual phrases, group slogans, acronyms, hand sign language paired with verbal clues. These markers reinforce loyalty and differentiate insiders from outsiders. When these markers appear in digital communication or audio recordings, they help investigators connect individuals to specific networks. Friends, when it comes to territorial language and localized variants, just like dialects vary across regions, criminal dialects also develop locally. The same gang operating in different cities may use distinct vocabulary. Linguistic variation across territories reveal expansion patterns, subgroup formation, geographic influence on criminal operations. Territorial slang becomes valuable forensic evidence when linking crimes across locations. Let's talk about the role of silence, pauses, and implications in criminal speech. Criminal communication often relies on implication rather than explicit instruction. A leader may say, "Take care of it," and the subordinate knows what action is required. Silences, brief cues, or incomplete sentences carry meaning. These imply shared understanding rooted in group culture. Linguists analyze these non-explicit signals to uncover underlying intent, even when nothing seems openly stated. Friends, digital transformation of criminal language is very important. As organized crime moves online, its language evolves. Cyber-enabled crime groups use such kind of hybrid communication. They use slang, technical jargons, truncated messages, and even platform-specific cues. For example, abbreviated commands, emoji-only chains, self-destructing messages, synthetic code phrases shaped by platform algorithms. Digital communication compresses language, making forensic interpretation more complex but also more revealing. Let's understand with one example. An example of drug trafficking network using color codes. In an anonymized case, traffickers used colors to signal product type and purity. Hypothetically, blue for two, green for pickup, red for only tonight. Without cultural and contextual knowledge, these messages seem harmless. But linguistic decoding aligned with the color references with operational stages, enabling a successful intercept. This case highlights how deep linguistic context can unlock hidden criminal meaning. Let's talk about another example of extortion ring dominated by implicit threat language. In an organized extortion case, perpetrators never directly threatened victims. Instead, they used implication. It would be unfortunate if business slowed down. Or they may say, accidents happens in the crowded cities. But when it comes to forensic linguists, linguistic analysis demonstrated that these phrases carried unmistakable threatening intent. The court accepted the findings, understanding that in organized crime, silence and implication are often more dangerous than explicit threats. Now let's understand how forensic linguists assist law enforcement in decoding criminal networks. Linguists help by decoding coded terms, mapping communication hierarchies, identifying group membership through speech patterns, interpreting indirect threats, and even linking linguistic behavior to operational roles. Their expertise transforms seemingly benign communication into an actionable intelligence. Friends, criminal networks hide in language, but language eventually reveals them. These communication systems are complex, adaptive, and deeply cultural. Yet, with careful analysis, patterns emerge. Language becomes a roadmap to structure, intent, and action. I'm sure that you must have enjoyed this session. Friends, in the next session, we will return to the psychological lens and examine how testimonial misinterpretation can influence risk assessment and judicial decision making, completing our deep dive into week 9's themes. Until I catch you in the next video, stay tuned to the course. Thank you very much.